has shown the greatest amount of love and the greatest amount of care and support. Sometimes when you're down, you just need a friendly hand to lift you up. Sometimes when you're in the office until 10, 11, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and she's calling going, how you doing? Is everything okay? You're doing a great job. This woman is amazing.
You know what I love? Is that we've got some female representation in our executive team. Fred, Mark, Jeff, Riley, Wenhan, they're all great, but it's really wonderful to have a mentor, a friend, and almost a mother to me, and she might kill me for saying that. Miss Deanna Latson.
Everybody. So I have a question for you. Do you know of a product that can help people lose weight? What's that product called? You know, many of you know that I was 65 pounds heavier than I am now for most of my life. And for any of you who has ever struggled with weight, you know that it sucks, right? There's no other way to put it. I've spent enough money on weight loss products to put my child through college. In the dieting industry, quite frankly, it's a scam. There are hundreds of programs and products out there that put people in this very vicious cycle. Do you know that there's a baby food diet? Yeah, just eat baby food all day, and then when you grow up and become an adult again, you gain all the way back. Or what about the Twinkie diet? That's real too. Just eat Twinkies, and then you get so sick of Twinkies that you don't eat anything and you lose weight. Or what about the eat all the meat you want, but you'll have constipation, bad breath, and all types of other health issues? That sounds like fun. Or the pre-packaged frozen meal diets. No nutrition, bad for you, expensive. You get off and you gain all that weight back and more. Or what about the drink shakes for 3 days to try to reset your body when really you just mess up your metabolism? There is program after program that ends up putting people in a very vicious cycle. And quite frankly, I find that to be cruel. Because the dieting industry knows what they're doing. They're creating perpetual customers. 80 million people in the United States alone are struggling with weight. That's a lot of customers, right? That's a lot of people that you could go out and champion and help them feel great. And it's not just about the way we look, because skinny people fall over and die every day. It's about the way we feel. And here's the good news. We have a simple program. A simple program that answers the reasons why people gain weight. You see, out there in the world today of the dieting product industry, what is it? It's, stop your appetite or eat crappy food, and then you'll lose weight, and then people gain it back. Where our program looks at the fact that people gain weight because they're stressed out, because their hormones are messed up, because their blood sugars are off, because they're toxic in their body, and our program answers it all, and that's why we are seeing success all over the world. Raise your hand if you know someone personally you've seen have success on Slenderiiz. And you know what? They're losing the weight to never find it again. I challenge you to find a program out there that works for the young athlete who just wants to get more ripped, or works for the obese person who needs to lose 300 pounds. Find a program that works that great across the board for everyone. They don't exist. We have it. We have the magic. corporate executive team is continuously inspired by people who are changing their life, who are feeling better, who are gaining their health back. And as a team, we've gotten together and we've picked a couple individuals that we wanted to highlight. And this too could be you, because we're always looking for the inspiring stories. And as we continue to build this Slenderiiz brand, we have new tools for you. New commercials. So I have a few new videos I get to share with you today. This first highlight video is two very special people that many of you know. Two of the, maybe the youngest CEOs in North America. Two graduates of Berkeley who have been with us since the beginning. Young, married, beautiful couple, dedicated to RX and our mission. And without saying anything else, let's roll the video so you can meet them too.
I wanted to take my definition and take my own fitness goals to the next level. I never had a six-pack, and I actually didn't even exercise that much. I wanted to see what could the program itself use. Ended up dropping 24.8 pounds in 40 days. I went all the way to a six-pack. It was the most shredded I've been my entire life. After I started seeing my pack, so to speak, within 2 weeks. And it was amazing because I dropped down my gym time. And I dropped all the way down within 40 days from 15 to an 8% body fat, actually. I never knew my body could be like that. And it changed not only my physique, but I think the most important thing is it changed my perception of health and nutrition and food. Where the Slenderiiz program would help me do, it helped me detach my almost a food addiction that I had that I didn't even know about. And now I looked more at food as I still enjoy food, but I looked at it more of a tool.
I remember trying to go to the gym because, we work for a health company, but I wouldn't have a lot of motivation because I didn't feel like I needed to go to the gym to look a certain way. I was okay with how I looked, but I just didn't feel good. But deep inside, only I knew that I was not feeling healthy. And after the Slenderiiz program, it completely shifted how I thought about myself. It's not just how I looked on the outside, but more so I had so much more energy. I felt like I had control. I still look good, but now I have my health back as well. And I think that's even more important than how we look.
And at the end of the day, what you really get, of course you lose weight and you lose fat, which is fantastic, but you gain a new sense of yourself and you understand yourself so much more, where you have a control of your body and a control of life.
Welcome to the stage, James and Becky, your two RX CEOs.
How's everyone doing today? Sounds good, guys. Well, that's the first time we've ever seen that video in our entire lives, actually. They kept it a secret for us, so it was pretty interesting to watch a half-naked photo of yourself on a big screen, But the biggest thing, as we were thinking about this, because you see this video now, and it's cool to see that ARC's now putting together these types of promotional materials for all of us. I'm hoping we're going to help you guys out to further your guys' businesses. But the biggest thing that we wanted to talk about is what led to even getting those results. Because who here has ever used Slenderiiz before yourself? You used it. All right, gotcha. And for me, for the last 3 years since it launched, I've used it probably like 10 times. It's not this programs are not supposed to use all the time. And what happened is I felt that I never took it the most seriously. And I felt that it was holding us back from our health, first of all, but second of all, also our businesses too. So this year, our biggest goal is just say, you know what, for our own personal sake, let's take it seriously and see what can happen. And lo and behold, not only did it go out there, we dropped amazing weight, we really gained control of our health, But we actually went CEO because of Slenderiiz, you know. And the chair on top was, I mean, it's so weird to see like my photo right here, you know. But our goal is to make sure that we want to see more people really take charge of their own health, take charge of your own story as well too.
Yeah, so like James was saying, not only has it really impacted our physical health, our business, but I think most importantly is our lifestyle. Like, I know for the ladies in the audience, a lot of you can probably relate with me that who loves pastries, right? We have, yeah, and James, we have a second stomach for desserts, right? And it's so amazing after this program. In the past 6 months, I found myself actually craving for proteins and veggies rather than like desserts. You know, so it really transformed our lifestyle in that sense.
Yeah, so I guess the biggest thing that I hope people can leave with is maybe you're like us where we've used Slenderiiz. I think the biggest reason we didn't take it seriously is we felt like we looked good enough, but the question is compared to what? And we might be comparing ourselves to the average American, which we know is not too healthy, you know? But what we should be comparing ourselves to is the vision that we have for ourselves to be the better version of you. And when we did that this year, that's what totally changed our lives and totally changed our businesses. And I mean, it's just amazing what this program can do. So thank you, RX, thank you everyone for putting this together. I know it's transforming so many lives, and thank you guys for your time today.
Thank you.
So I have 2 more really great videos I want to share with you, and these people have inspired your corporate team. These people have transformed their lives for the better. They've given the gift of great health of themselves to their family members, which means more of them on this planet for a longer time. What a beautiful gift to give someone, right? So this next video is of a woman that I had the pleasure of meeting, and she's a mother. And she said to me, she goes, "No, Deanna, I don't really do anything for myself. I take care of my children, I take care of my husband, I take care of our home." And one day I woke up and I realized that I let myself go. That I wasn't the woman I used to be anymore. That I gained a lot of weight. That I'm always wearing sweatsuits. That was my clothing because my other clothing didn't fit anymore. That I didn't do my hair anymore. That I just stopped caring about myself because all I did was care about my family, which is honorable and amazing. But then she got on our program and she got such remarkable results, and we were inspired by her that we said, "You know what, fly out. We're gonna do a video, we're gonna give you a makeover." And I'd like to introduce you to Miss Kim Hunt. Please roll the video.
I have 2 kids in college and I have a daughter in high school, and it's just like, always put me on the back burner. After I got so big, I refused to weigh, but I kept getting bigger. So the last time I got on the scales, we're going by that, so I really don't know how much I weigh. Really don't. I just know I got huge. There was one morning I got on the scales, and I actually got on there and it said I weighed 169.9. And I was just so upset with myself. I actually called my husband. My husband's like, "No, surely not. They have to be broken." So I actually went back and stood back and watched people weigh, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's just broken. I'm broken, not the scales." And that's how I felt. And so I actually stopped weighing then. I think that's the last time I weighed. When I had the weight on me and I wouldn't go out, there was a lot of tears shed, because I would let my husband go out with my kids, like to certain events after the track meets or the cross-country meets. And it made me feel really depressed because I really wasn't sure what I was doing wrong. No matter what you done, even though if you wrote it down and you gave it to somebody, a doctor or something, they'd be thinking I'm doing everything right. I knew that there was something going on, but I just couldn't pinpoint what. It made me feel really like depressed and just overwhelmed. Where I felt like I was fighting a losing battle, I really was. I just didn't have the right tools to get where I needed to be. It was just so amazing to see your body. I mean, after you've been working out and you didn't have no results, and then you're taking these drops and you're seeing it, and it's just like, wow. You're being able to fit in clothes that you put up that you never thought you could get in. It just really, it's just amazing. Taking the products, it just made it so simple and so amazing that you just can't believe it was working like it was. My husband felt that he was always real encouraging even when I had the weight on, but when I started losing the weight, he was just so happy that I was being back me. And because that's where really what I lost was me. I lost over 40 some pounds, around 47. My dress size before was 12 or 14.
So we're in the dressing room, and I said, look, it's a size 2. And she goes, I'm not a size 2, but it fits, and we zip it up on her. You see, it's psychological. She's still in her fat brain, but she's in her skinny body.
I had to trust in Deanna, and that's hard for me to do because I had to have the control, and I had to give it to her. No matter what I said, she didn't listen. And if I'd say no heels, she'd say higher heels. And my hair, she already knew. And so it was just hard for me to let go, but it was so amazing to see what I look like. Even though the children may be different from my journey, look where I was. And I didn't feel good about me. And when you don't feel good about you, it doesn't matter if you got 5, 10, 25, or 35 pounds. It's just the way you feel about you. And so this is more about where we can get you, and there's always hope because these products work.
Isn't it awesome to be a part of a family and a group where people's lives are truly changed? We have, we could say it 100 times, we have something special. Do you know that? Do you really know that? Well, I have one more video to show you. And all these videos will be available for you to use in building your own business and sharing to help inspire other people and show them how our products work. This next man is just full of personality. And when I met him, he said, you know, Deanna, I've been heavy my whole life. And because I was so overweight, I overcompensated with personality. I became funnier and funnier to deal with all this weight. He had the dream of being a well-known sports announcer. And he is a remarkable human being. So let's run Chip Walter's video.
Didn't necessarily overeat, but I was a bad eater. Grew up with a mom that was a great Southern cook. Went through, high school and college and on into my professional life as someone who carried that extra baggage. I was probably content to just go through life the way it was. 2 guys named John called me and said, hey, let's go to lunch one day. So we go to lunch. I order a bacon cheeseburger, they order salads, and they told me about the program and talked about really the ability to lose weight, but also the ability to really forge into a new healthy lifestyle. I lost 30 pounds the first month, I lost 50 pounds in 2 months, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months to the day. At that point, added in a good bit of exercise. And then 1 year to the day, from August 3rd, 2013 to August 3rd, 2014, I lost 140 pounds. The plan, number one, you don't feel like you punish yourself. Number 2 is you see results quickly. And there's nothing that's more self-motivating when you are going through this kind of change or hoping to go through this type of change than to see positive results. It's so reinforcing because this is really just the beginning of a whole new me.
Here we are at Red Rock Canyon, right outside Las Vegas. What I would have thought a year ago, something that I would not have even considered doing, but now with renewed confidence and a different body, this has been a lot of fun and getting to see something that's unique in the world and just another adventure. And when we talk about freeing yourself, it's one more way that's been done for me is to take that next step, do something that's a little more out of your comfort zone, something, like I said, wouldn't have done this 18 months ago, but here I am in one of the most beautiful spots on earth.
Well, now I'm out there doing more physical activities, zip line down Fremont Street in Las Vegas. I mean, that's not something I would have ever done. Matter of fact, they wouldn't have let me on it. But now, a lot of opportunities that I probably might have done 20, 30 years ago had I not been that person. Not that I'm a different person inside, but had I still had the outer shell that I had then, I wouldn't be able to do. If you haven't tried it, do yourself a favor, because this plan is something that will forever change the way you go about your life. And as proud as I am of how different I look and how proud I am of how my overall health has changed and is moving in a positive direction, I'm just as proud of how I feel about me.
Chip is also Skyping in with us because Chip is a very busy sports announcer. He's very well known in his area of the world, and he is on TV regularly and could not be here because of his sports announcing job. So we're gonna hear from Chip for just a minute. Go ahead and roll his video.
Hey Deanna, and hey everybody in Vegas. My gosh, I wish I was there right now because I was there on Easter weekend, and let me tell you folks, my Good Friday was better than your Good Friday. What you just saw on video, that's what I did on my Good Friday. I got to spend all day with Deanna Latson. Does it get any better than that? Because Deanna is just fantastic. She's one of my heroes. I love being around Deanna Latson. She inspires me. She really gives me a lot of energy, and we had so much fun spending all day together. And it really hurts me that I'm not there with you guys this weekend because it's been just a tremendous experience. I'm sure you saw some things on the video about the journey that I've taken from where I was to where I am today. And I'll just kind of go over some of the things that mean the most to me. Number one, I do look different. And even in the clothes that Deanna helped pick out for me. So Deanna, do you recognize this shirt? It's about 94 degrees here today, so I'm not wearing the vest today, but I did want to wear the shirt in your honor. But the thing is that I do look differently, but my health has turned around. I was a type 2 diabetic. I've reversed that. I was on 3 diabetic drugs, a cholesterol pill, and a blood pressure pill. No longer am I on those. I'm on 0 prescriptions whatsoever. And in my mind, I know what helped turn my health around. It was the overall health plan of the Slenderiiz plan. And when I got this box in the mail with those 2 little bottles in it and followed the plan that's right here that includes 3 very special words. It says approved food list. I promise you it says it somewhere in here. There it is right there, approved food list. That, also this, I have props today, folks. Apples, they're your lifeline, your snacks, and also drink your water. That is one of the real keys. But this, the Slenderiiz plan is the magic bullet. It is the secret sauce. You have an opportunity to do something special for yourself, and you also have a great opportunity to introduce this plan to some great people across this country and around the world who can be helped by this. So that's what I've got to tell you today. I know you're having a great weekend in Las Vegas, and I wish I could be there having a great time with you, but that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and I can't wait to hear your story as well. Deanna, you guys have a great time.
Do you know that there's hundreds of inspiring stories like that all over the world? There's stories of people who have changed their life in Japan and in Korea and Singapore and Hong Kong and China and Canada and Mexico and North America. Everywhere we go, we're so blessed as an executive team because it's like the best job in the world to hear about people who have changed their life in a way where they're going to be living longer on this planet. We have more of them because they had the courage to stand up and do something different. And these people that we showed you are inspiring to us. It's hard for me not to cry when I hear about Kim's story or Chip's story because they're real people with real results with our products. You know we have the magic, right? And you know what's great about it? Is it not only that people get results quickly, and is it simple, but it changes the whole body. Not just losing weight, but you gain so much more. I mean, never would I ever guess that I'd be talking to Vern LaPuz, right? And he would say, Deanna. He'd say, Deanna, I'm craving salads over In-N-Out. I'm like, are you okay? But his body chemistry has actually changed. 80 million people just in North America are so overweight that they're more likely to have heart disease, cancer, diabetes, stroke. That's serious, right? That's ending people's lives because they don't know how to get control of their bodies. And we have an answer. We have a solution in our hands. And I feel like we owe it to everyone out there who's struggling to be a part of a movement to help people one person at a time. Because every time you help one person, what happens? They inspire others, and they inspire someone else, and then all of a sudden we look around at RX Global, and the world is healthier because of you. This next person that I have the pleasure of bringing out serves on our scientific advisory board. Her name, and many of you may have met her before, heard her on a webinar, is Dr. Ginger. Now let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Ginger, a chiropractor by trade. Someone who has worked with Fortune 500 companies all over the world. TV, newspaper, writing for magazines, an author, a real authority in learning how to take back your health. She was recently featured on the Dr. Oz show, and our people don't have to pay to be on there. Our people get invited to be on the Dr. Oz show because they're so awesome. And she was invited on because of her new best-selling book, what is called the Rainbow Juice Cleanse. And that book is available afterwards here, and she'll sign a copy for you. And for everyone who gets a book today, you also get a free, what's called Vitamin Robbers Report, which means it's this long report that says if you have someone who's on cholesterol-lowering drugs, what are all the vitamins their body is depleted of? And it's this great report that lists out why people get depleted of vitamins. So if you're interested in that, you can purchase her book and you can get that report. But Dr. Ginger's a real healer. And she's here today to share a little bit of her knowledge with us and talk about Slenderiiz and getting back your health. So please, without further ado, please give a great big RX welcome to Dr. Ginger.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Slenderiiz, and I'm going to wrap it back into that Vitamin Robbers report because I want to teach you guys I want you guys to leave here with something that you probably have never heard before. I know working with people and talking about what I'm going to talk about with you today, we've made the connection that people are making this realization. So let's get started. So as far as Slenderiiz goes, you all have heard some amazing testimonies. And why does it work? Well, first of all, it gives you the discipline, right? If anyone in this room has tried Slenderiiz, you've noticed the discipline that you now have. Your appetite is curbed. your blood sugar is stabilized and you feel in control. I know when I gave Slenderiiz to my sister after she had 4 kids and was a total sugarholic and sodaholic, that was the first thing she said to me, I feel in control. So that's the first thing that it does. The second thing is it helps to detoxify you. It helps to balance your body's pH, which is really important to alkalize or balance your body's pH to where basically the pool of what your cells are swimming in, it brings it to that proper pH. It also decreases inflammation and promotes cellular detoxification. So we have the discipline, we have the detoxification, and then of course we have the energy. If any of you have taken it, you know the energy you get when you take, especially the Accelerate. That gives you confidence, but it's a calm, stable energy that decreases stress and anxiety. So it's those 3 things that really are captured when you start taking the Slenderiiz drops. So just get them in your system and let them start doing this magic, because it literally is magic. And it works on every body type, whether you need to lose 100 pounds, 80 pounds, 20, 40, 60 pounds. I know during the holidays, a lot of women like to get it to keep them in control during those holiday parties. Also poolside, about this time of the year, a lot of people order it. I'm actually using it right now to get poolside and beach ready. And a lot of athletes, we saw some pretty ripped testimonies there earlier, and a lot of athletes are now using it to kind of take their fitness and their physique to the next level. So it's really a product that everyone across the board can utilize, and that's one of the great things that I like about this company is they bring these great innovative products that's just not necessarily for one type of person or even one type of body, but it has lots of different utilizations. So in the clinical trial, people lost 50% more weight than those who did not use the drops. Women lost a half a pound per day, which is way better than some of the other popular diet programs out there. And men, and I know women get mad about this, lost 2/3 a pound per day. Right? Women get very frustrated about that. It also really helps to improve those blood markers. So when you're working with your doctor, if you have a health challenge, and you're on the Slenderiiz program, when you go back to your doctor and get your blood work done, it's amazing how many doctors say, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it because all that blood work is looking great. And because you're getting so healthy, we probably can reduce the dosage or maybe even eliminate some of the medications that you're on. So we've really seen a lot of that as well. Now, if you're not using the clinical pack, all of the products, I recommend at the very least, along with the drops, that you incorporate the optimals. We need this foundational nutrition in our bodies. This is our vitamin and mineral supplement. It is not the RDA levels, and this is important. This is one of the things that really sets us apart. It is at therapeutic levels. It is at levels that actually do something in your body. I know we've all noticed that with lots of the various people who've had amazing transformations, but that's another great thing about this company is Deanna has set it up so that, working with Dr. Strand and some of the other formulators, that we're not just putting a smidge of this in or a smidge of that, we're actually putting doses in that do something. This is my foundational nutrition. It's a whole food-based product, and it nourishes the body from a cellular level. Another really important thing and a great selling point for this product is that it's in the PDR that was mentioned earlier, that big thick book that's like 6 to 8 inches thick that your physicians get every year. Our optimals are listed in that book. And so if you're working with any medical practitioners, that's a great point to mention because you're not going to find your local drugstore vitamins listed in that book, that's for sure. So if you combine the Slenderiiz with the optimals, this is a winning combination. Now, why supplement? Our soils are so depleted from the pesticides and the herbicides and the GMOs. We have to supplement because we're not getting from our foods, even today, we're not getting from our foods what we should be getting, say that even that we got 50 years ago. So we've got to do that because our soils are depleted. We eat mostly cooked food and certainly overly cooked food. We literally cook the life and the nutrients out of our food. So we have to supplement somehow with that because the foods that we're eating throughout the day are mostly cooked. And that's why I always encourage people to eat more raw, unprocessed foods, just for that reason, so you can get all the nutrients that that food was intended to give you. But here's a big one that most people aren't making the connection with. We take medicine. And I don't care if it's over-the-counter or prescription medication. I don't care if it's an aspirin, an antacid, cholesterol medication, diabetes medication, depression medication. If you take any of those medications, you are losing nutrients from your body every time you take them. And this is kind of what's going on today. Honey, do you want the one that cures headache and causes stroke, or eases back pain but causes heart attack, right? We're on all these medications that are causing all of these side effects. And when you go to your doctor with a side effect, they're just prescribing another medication, not making the connection between the first medication that was given and the nutrients that were depleted from the body that are causing symptoms from that nutrient depletion. And then they're just prescribing another drug for that. Do you see that connection? It's this never-ending spiral. So, both prescription and over-the-counter medications rob your body of vital nutrients. That is a key point that I want you to take home today. That's very, very important when it comes to not only your health, because I know a lot of people take an aspirin or take an antacid, and every time you pop one of those, you're losing nutrients that you need to replace with a good whole food supplement. So, these medications deplete vitamins, enzymes, minerals, electrolytes, phytonutrients, and these are so key to good health. But don't stop taking any medications because you heard this today. You've got to work with your doctor. But we're going to learn a little bit about just one simple one, an aspirin. What does an aspirin do every time you take it? Now keep in mind there are many people who take an aspirin every day. Their doctor recommends that, and don't stop taking it. But I want you to understand, because it's very important to understand what that aspirin is doing when it's metabolized in the body. It is depleting your body of 5 different nutrients. So we have vitamin C, calcium, folate, iron, and vitamin B5. And you can see here the side effects from those nutrient depletions. Now taking one vitamin probably won't create these, or one aspirin probably won't create these side effects. But if you're doing it for years at a time, or even decades at a time, like many people are, over time, you may start developing these various side effects, these signs and symptoms, which are actually related to the nutrient depletion. And then you go to your doctor and he prescribes another drug for these side effects, not making that connection. But here, you're gonna now make this connection, right? So whenever you have a symptom of any sort, think about the medications that you're taking and how that can relate back to it, because it might just be from that first medication that you're taking. But the whole point is, don't stop taking your medications without working with your doctor, but you've got to nourish your body through really good food and through really great supplements. And with the Slenderiiz program, that's why this is such a winning combination of the two of these together. So you want to incorporate organic, nutrient-dense, minimally processed foods and nourishing, organic, non-GMO whole food supplementation. And I've put together a report I call the Vitamin Robbers Report, which is 15 categories of over-the-counter and prescription medications. And just like the aspirin example that I gave you, it lists all the nutrients that are depleted from that particular drug and all the side effects from that nutrient depletion. And this report is part of my Fat Free No Detox program that I utilize when I work with people. And you can also get your own copy today when you purchase my Rainbow Juice Cleanse book, which is in the shop, so you guys can check that out. But if you have any questions, any more questions about the Vitamin Robbers Report or maybe some specific medications, I highly encourage you to take a look at that, because that will really not only help you understand how these work in your body and how they're depleting nutrients from your body, but it will help you in your sales. I mean, we're here partly for help, but partly for business. So from a business perspective, this just happens to fit right into that, because everyone you know is taking, most likely, taking a prescription or a non-prescription medication. And if they are, they need to understand how this is working, the physiology in the body, and how that relates back. So did we learn something? Is that helpful? Awesome, thank you. I wish I had more time, but I wanted to give that tidbit to you, kind of bring it from Slenderiiz to Optimals and back around, and give you kind of a big picture of how this all works together, and how you can take this back home and utilize this in your business. So thank you so much.